Hello, everyone, and welcome to Chucker TV. I'm James Fody here at the Jan Pamela Southfield for the limited edition 12 goal. We've got two great games for you today. This morning we have Dundas taking on Dundas 2, and this afternoon we have Casablanca taking on La Portola at 3:30 p.m. So let's get right to it and take a look at the teams. For Dundas, we have Sarah Siegel-Magnus, Robert Tito Zeta at 4 goals, Mariano Facetta at 4 goals, and Oscar Taylor, another 4-goaler. For Dundas 2, we have Cable Magnus, Geronimo Obregon at 5 goals, Juan Cruz Marcos at 2 goals, and Juan Martin Obregon at 5 goals. The officials for today are Gaston Dorniac and Federico Martelli. Well, it looks like the players are ready. They're getting lined up for the bowl-in, so let's throw it to Steve Lane and Dale Schwetz for the play-by-play.
All right, thank you, James and Steve. What a beautiful day here at the Grand Champion Polo Club. And this is a great day for the 2021 limited edition 12 goal. A lot of things going on here, Steve.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Just to have a recap, we've got 4 teams in the limited edition 12 goal. Everybody plays everybody one time. And, of course, today, both games mean something. This first game, we have Dundas playing against Dundas 2. Now, Dundas lost the other day to La Portola, so they have a 1-1 record. Dundas 2 has a 2-0 record. They've won both of their games. So I'm always a look-at guy. You know, I need to see things on paper, so and I happen to have some notes in front of me, but let's see if we can track this down so we know what's going on. If Dundas wins today and beats Dundas 2, then both of those teams will have a 2-1 record. Now, if we look at, and of course we have a doubleheader today, the second game today at 3:30, and that's Casablanca going up against La Portola. Casablanca has an 0-2 record, and La Portola has a 1-1 record. So if La Portola should win their game and Dundas wins this game, then we have 3 teams tied for a 2-1 record, which will go to a shootout. And I've been told, should that happen, the shootout will be tomorrow, not today.
One-person shootout, Steve?
Yes, one-person shootout. Now, the opposite could happen where Dundas 2 wins today, and they would have a 3-0 record, and Dundas would have a 1-2 record. And should Casablanca beat La Portola this afternoon, then La Portola and Dundas and Casablanca are all tied with a 1-2 record.
Woo!
So we could have a shootout that way too. So
Yes,
I know
sir.
it's a little hard to keep track of, but that's what we're looking at. So we'll recap that this afternoon.
And I guess if La Portola was to win that game, and otherwise it would be La Portola and Dundas 2 in the final?
Absolutely,
All right.
yeah. So
All right, so there you go. Well, thanks for laying that out to us, Steve. A lot of stuff going on in a 4-team tournament, and that is very cool to see on how evenly matched these teams were. And it's been great 12-goal polo. We've talked about it, Steve. The 12-goal has been a breeding area for great polo players. You got to start playing somewhere, and we've seen it. And we have some fine players out here today right now, Steve.
Oh, absolutely, we do. 2 12-goal teams, and of course, you know, let's look at Dundas. 3 4-goal players. Mariano Facetta, a former 7-goal player.
And there you go, yeah, so they're going to set up here. Steve's just talking to our umpires here. We always like to check in with our umpires. And Steve Lane also being our head umpire, manager, takes care of all the boys, make sure they're getting organized. So they call in always after they talk to the players. As Steve was going through there, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Steve. I know the umpires were calling in to you. Go ahead and get right back to where you are. We got one player coming in.
One player coming in. Yep, we're waiting on Sarah Siegel-Magnus. And Dundas, as I mentioned, 3 4-goal players, so they're strong up front and at the back door. Hugo Taylor at 4 goals from England. And, of course, Mariano Facetta, former 7-goal player, rated at 4 goals, playing the 3 position. And Robert Tito Zeta, 4-goal player, taking up the back door. And they're going against Dundas 2, which is Cable Magnus, Juan Cruz Marcos, who played yesterday an incredible game in the semifinals of the Gold Cup, and of course his 2 teammates, Geronimo Obregon at 5 goals, and of course Juan Martin Obregon at 5 goals. So you know what, I'm not going to predict anything. Let's see what happens, but 2 12-goal teams, they're starting out on the flat, and we've got 8 players, 2 umpires, and it looks like the umpire is showing them the ball, and the ball is in play.
On the move right now as they get this one taken inside. It's going to be picked up by Obregon. And, we're going to see this early, as I like this, is Francetta trying to make a play on Obregon. Can't get it done. Now, once again, Juan, Cruz, Marcos, Kaku, they call him, backed out of there. Nice little save by Robertito. And what a hook. And look at this, Steve. Great action early on.
These teams are going flat out right off the bat, and Mariano Facetta going over. But Juan Martin Obregon with a near side back shot. Geronimo turns on it, and we've got an umpire's whistle over there on the far side of the field, and looks like they're pointing to the spot or the center, not sure, but a possible crossing after the shot on that near side back shot by Juan Martin.
Love the beginning there. Love how Geronimo Obregon gets the team moving quickly, and I don't need to say it, but I'm going to say it because this kid, Juan Cruz Marcos, they call him Kaku. Steve talked about it, filled in for Bickford yesterday in the final or in the semifinals of the 2020 USPA Gold Cup and was sensational. What a nice player, and I love to see that he was here playing in the 12 goal. It just shows you how important, Steve, the 12 goal is for these young players. He played in the 12 goal. He was getting tuned up in the 12 goal on this yellow team, and then he jumped right into the high goal and just rock and roll.
And it showed that he was tuned up. Anyhow.
On the move, it's going to be picked up here by Robertito. He's got the black helmet with the red stripe on it. They're looking for Francetta, backed up there by Obregon. It's going to bounce off a pony, left inside. Hugo's going to take a man out. Mariano, so good with the ball. Francetta bounces out to the right side, taking a long way home here. Now he goes back to the inside. Taylor leans way out, and we get the high flag early.
Looks like Robertito or Hugo Taylor scoring that goal for Dundas. So they're the first to draw blood here this afternoon or this morning with 6:21. That took just a little over a minute for the first goal. So one foul, one goal, and we've got 0-1 in favor of Dundas. Dundas in the black and Dundas 2 in the yellow.
Very, very evenly matched teams the way they play the game of polo. As Sarah will stay in the front. She does come in play. Cable does the same thing. And then you get the three-man rotation. And it's going to be fun to watch the three-man rotation. And also, I think the Magnus group, they're going to be a difference in today's game. And on the breakaway, it's going to be Cable. Cable's going to take it out of there. Oh, gets a piece of that one. Now leaving is going to be Sarah. On a little paint pony, she gets a nice little back shot and gets the ball moving forward. And Taylor, I like the way this kid moves. Hugo Taylor, Hugo on the move. I like the little pony scampering here. Hugo Taylor, look at this, full bore breaking it out. Francetta says, go on through. Taylor, shot on goal. Oh, yeah. Now we got polo going on here, Steve, at the Jan Pamela Field. What a play. Starts now with Sarah Magnus. Taylor finishes it off.
Little bitty back shot from Sarah to Hugo taking that ball down and Geronimo staying back, but Hugo puts it on through. Now I think there's some question maybe as to whether that was a score or not. And, of course, the goal judges with the flags do work for the umpires, and should the umpires be 100% certain that the ball is wide, then, of course, they can overrule the goal judge. So looks like some good sportsmanship here. Maybe Dundas said it was wide, maybe Dundas 2, but anyhow, we have a knock-in by Dundas 2.
Great position in there by the mountain official, Steve, as you said, as he gives in perfect place. Look at this. They are busting off the line here, and they are not wasting any time, as it'll be Robertito. Zeta. He's going to try to slow it down on the boards, work the magic, takes it to the inside. He's going to have to get through two Overgons on the other side. Not an easy job. Geronimo in the front, Juan Martin in the back. Taylor comes in, steals it away. Taylor with another huge neck shot. Are you kidding me? And not much angle there. He's still firing a goal.
Wow, what a deep angle neck shot and a good shot. You know, that's his second attempt right here early on. So, Dundas 2 going to take another knock-in right here. Hugo Taylor shooting on the goal.
On the move once again, Steve, as they come off. And, override there. So, a nice little play by Zeta, and that's going to give, it looks like we got Zeta, Mariano. Francetta, I apologize. Francetta on the black helmet. Takes it away, and it's going to be Obregon. Geronimo Obregon. Geronimo will take it over to the far board. Look at this. I like it. Francetta putting a pressure on. They are pressuring every play. There hasn't been one time a player pulled up yet.
No, not yet. And, of course, Dundas, too, shooting at the goal early, already scoring in this period. So, Dundas putting the pressure on Mariano Facetta, Robertito Zeta, and Hugo Taylor. And, of course, we had a whistle over here on the boards. Not sure if that was illegal write-off or swinging it into a pony, but it looks like we've got a foul instead of a change of possession. So probably an illegal write-off here.
Yeah, it looked like you hit him a little late, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, he came in hot. Don't get me wrong. But you got to come in hot against the Overgons. That's the way they play.
And make a fair shoulder-to-shoulder write-off.
Yeah, a little late. It looked like Mariano might hit him a little late.
Yep.
So they'll drop this ball for the penalty 5, as Steve said. Here we go. It's going to be Juan Martin. Juan Martin. Love him. He's got the Chucker TV colors on his helmet. We love that. Turns it around. He's got his green band on there. We gave him love about that for 2 years ago. He said that's why he did it, believe it or not. Now on the move, it's going to be turning around here. Taylor's so active, he's just going to get caught.
Yeah, if that line of the ball was a knife, it would have cut his pony in half right there. So he was crossways to the line of the ball and the right of way, and just got caught with his hand in the cookie jar there. So we'll have another penalty 5A from the spot in favor of Dundas 2.
Great defense here by Dundas, keeping them down inside the 80-yard line. Let's see if the yellow team, Dundas 2, can get some magic working here on the outside, looking for Geronimo. So they'll see this all day long as the Obregons will work with each other. Look at Juan Martin running through, but Hugo Taylor says no problem. You're going to stay with him. Juan Martin, very handy. Nice little play. He's got Magnus downfield here. It's going to be Cable by himself. Cable looking for the finish. He's got this one. Cable, Magnus. Oh, no, just off to the left.
Just a little bit wide, but what a nice team play by Dundas. And Cable being out front all alone, nobody marking him on that play, and just a little bit of bad luck and for Dundas 2 and a lucky break for the Dundas squad. So we'll have our courtesy horse change right here, right now. And fortunately, it's going to happen down where both teams' camps are. So just a little bit wide to the left. And, of course, Dundas will have a knock-in. Probably Robert Tito doing that. And let's keep our eye on Mariano Facetta. I noticed Mariano in his last game that he played, he outturned everybody several times.
You watch these guys play. I did one game with you earlier with the Obregons. And they play against Casablanca. I like the way they switch around. You're going to see Geronimo will go forward, Juan Martin go forward, and then you know how it is when you got Cable, and also don't forget about Kaku, who a superior 2-goal player out there, and carrying that Juan Cruz Marcos. So they'll mix it up really well. Keep an eye on that. We'll go through it all day long for you. Sarah on the far side gets a piece of it. Oh, Mariano tried to, and this could be trouble as here they come. And Robert Tito Zeta is going to be looking at 3 yellow jerseys coming down the pipe, and it's going to be Juan Martin going forward right here. Cable's going to drag Zeta for. Look at Cable Magnus. Keep it out, Zeta. That's going to open the door for Juan Martin, and I think we're going to get a whistle there.
Yep, definitely a whistle right there, a right-of-way violation, and more than likely an open goal penalty here in favor of Dundas 2. Umpires come together and have a little bit of discussion, whether it's going to be a 2 or a 3, but I would probably guess a penalty 2 on this play. And, of course, this should tie things up if Dundas 2 can put it through. And, of course, the players have the option of a spot hit where the infraction took place or moving it back to the 30, and it looks like they're going to take a spot hit. Now remember, they're not allowed to dribble these spot hits anymore. It's a one hit or one hit at, and the umpire has called play, and here comes Juan Martin Obregon.
No, you run underneath them right there, Steve?
Yeah, I think so. I think the ball was hit underneath the neck, and of course that player could have stayed out of there in the umpire's opinion, but he chose to travel across that right away.
All right, so even Steven here, we got a set of ones on the board. We click down under 3 minutes here. Back to the center, they will go. You're going to get all the lineups right here in front of you. We will switch directions for any of you new viewers. That's what we do in the game of polo for the same sun-wind field advantage. And we love that procedure. It's a great way to play the game of polo. They don't do that in the arena, so don't get mixed up. But on the outdoor field, that's what we do. 300 yards long, 160 yards wide, and these horses can cover the terrain. Held in here by Obregon. It's been Geronimo. He's going to leave it for his Juan Martin. And look at this. This is the give and go by the Obregon boys. Number 4 to number 3, and Zet is going to come from right to left to try to shut down Obregon. Look at this ball by Obregon. It bounces off the post and just wide. What a shot by Geronimo.
That's the second long shot of this period. One by Dundas, Hugo Taylor earlier, and now Geronimo doing the same thing, and both shots just narrowly missing the goal. So
on the knock-in, Zeta. Good D by the yellow. I like it. They cover up very well. Look, you got. Oh, this could be a little hole in the play right here, though. As Facetta's going to get one right by center field. Mariano back to the inside, give and go for Zeta. And they're on the move. Here comes Sarah now. Taylor's going to drop inside as Sarah Siegel-Magnus. Good pickup here on the little paint pony. Sarah inside the 30. Shot on goal, Sarah Magnus. Oh, off the post once again. Turned out. Great action here in the first chucker. We got a true breakaway here for Geronimo. Look at this. Mariano rolling by him. This ain't 12-goal polo. You're kidding me. Look at this. Flying on the far side. They turn it inside. 30 seconds left. Stolen away now by Juan Martin. He's going to keep the throttle down. 25 seconds on the clock. Mariano Facetta coming over for the steal. Juan Martin makes it through near side play. Inside the 60 now. Who's going to get there first? Here comes Geronimo. Backed out by Mariano, stolen away by Geronimo, inside the 30. Everybody fighting, backed up by Taylor. Now turned around by Juan Martin, and the clock goes tick, 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 and that'll end it. And wow, Steve Lane, you want some action? You got it, man.
Wow, Dale, you can take a deep breath after that right there now. That was nice play and some lucky breaks there by the ball hitting some ponies and staying on the field. And I believe we're going to have a bowl in right there when we come back. I think that ball was still on the field when the second horn went, so don't go away. Stay with us. You're watching live on Chucker TV.
Woo! Siegel-Magnus, and I'm from Denver, Colorado. Well, I love Melissa Ganzi, and I think she's so supportive of polo, and I just appreciate, everything she does is top-notch. So I know the fields are going to be good, and the game is going to be fun. Well, right now I'm a little light on my string because this is my first Florida season. I'm usually in Mexico playing in Costa Correas. But I do have a great string, and a few in particular. I have Botinera, who is from Valiente La Dolfina, and she's amazing, and Malta, and another one of my favorites, a horse of the year, Toby from Santa Barbara. She's really one of my favorites. So, I have a nice string. I feel good about it. Well, first of all, the best player in the world, and soon to be second one day, Peroto, for sure. Well, he's really patient, and he doesn't get nervous before the games, really strategic. I think he keeps his calm, and I think for sponsors that are playing the high goal, the key is just to try to have fun and relax a little bit, because it's easy to get too tense and then you miss the ball and, get too nervous about the game. So you just want to try and do your best and try and keep up with some of these guys. But Adolfo's amazing, and, when he hits the ball to you, it's going to go right next to you. So there's really nice confidence and peace of mind in that.
All right, so welcome back. I hit the oxygen tank, and I needed it. I didn't think I'd lose my breath in a 12-goal game in the first chucker. I'm just going to tell you that. I don't think I've ever done it in the first chucker, but I know I've done it in the fifth, sixth chucker. But that was some explosive polo early in the limited edition 12-goal, and that's why I love the 12-goal.
Well, I was going to say, we don't see many 12-goal games like this. Especially in the first chucker. They were back and forth, up and down the field, hitting long shots towards goal, hitting long passes to teammates, and back and forth. And, both these teams want to win, and it's a much-needed win for both sides. So
not just that, family members, family against family. I know when Gansey play against her the same way. I'm not lying. Everybody thinks it's not, but I'm telling you, when they play against each other, some of the hardest games are their games. And here you go. You got Sarah Siegel-Magnus and Cable Magnus. Dundas 1, Dundas 2. And, a lot of people say, oh, it's going to be a cush game. Well, here you go. First chucker action. They're running like 18-goal, 20-goal pole.
They are, and I don't expect either team to let up either. And, when you talk about family action against family, it always makes it great for an interesting dinner conversation at the dinner table. And my dad and I went through it, after we played against each other. And, of course, Mom just had to sit and listen. But, anyhow, right. Bragging rights,
Poor
right?
Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, bragging rights, exactly. Love the colors, too, the yellow and black. So much fun to watch, the two different colors here. Great job by the Mount officials there early. This was a roller. They rolled out. If you missed the first chucker, why don't you go through the teams real quick, Steve?
All right, for Dundas, and Dundas is in black, and that's Sarah Siegel Magnus, Hugo Taylor, Mariano Facetta, and Robertito Zeta. And playing for Dundas 2 in the yellow, Cable Magnus with Juan Cruz Marcos, Geronimo Obregon, and Juan Martin Obregon. And the ball's back in play, and Dundas 2 unable to put it through the goal, but it's hit on out there, and Hugo Taylor receives that pass. And in comes Juan Martin Obregon. Juan Martin takes a stab at it. Looking over his shoulder, he's on this great pony. He wants to do the nickaroo around there. Still on the ball, and Hugo Taylor coming with him. He's going to leave it for Geronimo. Geronimo going to be marked by Robertito Zeta, and Geronimo sends a neck shot down towards the goal, but only Mariano Facetta is there, and he is neutralized by Cable. But Mariano Facetta able to turn back, and we've got a whistle and possible safety. That was kind of a weak whistle, but just barely able to hear that, and it looks like we might have a safety, a penalty 6 on this play, and that's exactly what we've got in favor of Dundas 2.
You got it. So the penalty 6, defending team hits it over their own end line, similar to a safety in a corner kick in soccer. But they bring it out to the 60-yard line, no further than 40 yards. When did they change that?
That was 3 years ago.
3 years ago, they changed it. I like that play because you only get one shot, one attempt, one shot a goal. Before, you could dribble it in.
Right.
Back in the day, so it was out on the boards. You could dribble it.
Correct.
But that's why they only let you go 40 yards from the center now, so it gives you an opportunity to shoot a goal, right?
Yes, absolutely. So, and it's a one hit at. And here is Juan Martin Obregon on this great pony, going to take this penalty 6 shot, and it's a worm burner, deflected. Couldn't tell if Mariano Facetta got a stick on it or not, but Cable Magnus finally puts it on through. So, a costly play on that safety. Dundas 2 taking the lead early here in the second chukker. Score at 2-1. A both win situation for both teams.
We've seen the ball hit the post 5 times in 1.5 chukker. Not even a half chukker, only 1 1/4 chukker. First chukker hit it about 4 times, then it hit there. Great finish by Cable.
So, ball's back in play, and here comes Robertito Zeta. Robertito Zeta working the ball. He's trying to get by some yellow shirts, and he does. He's trying to outrun Juan Martin Obregon. Robertito, known for some speedy horses, and he certainly is showing us that right here. And he shoots towards goal and scores right out of the bowl in. A nice play by Robertito.
Yeah, you want to see Zeta going forward. He's a top 4 goaler. He will control the team from the number 4 position. I like when he goes forward. Sometimes he plays a little bit further back. He picks his spots, but he's a great captain.
Players coming back to the center. Federico Martelli in the yellow umpire shirt and Gaston Dorniak in the green umpire shirt on the far side. 2 of the world-class umpires that the Grand Champions Polo Club has brought in for their 2021 season. Federico wants a clean lineup. He puts the ball back in play. It goes through the back door. Mariano Facetta ridden off by Geronimo. Geronimo's going to do the turn. Juan Martin Obregon's going to follow him, but he has Cable Magnus downfield. Can Cable get back to it? Excuse me, that's Juan Cruz Marcos. Juan Cruz Marcos sending it right on through the goal. And we talked about him before the game started, and he played above his handicap yesterday, and it looks like he's certainly doing the same thing today.
Yeah, I was excited to watch him play today after being at the game yesterday. I was very excited for him and his family. Did a great job playing in the high goal. Not an easy game to get into with some of the best players in the world. He definitely showed composure, and now seeing him kind of draw it back a little bit, and a great shot on goal.
Great shot on goal, and these teams shooting from a distance and being successful. So, Federico pulls the ball in, and Mariano Facetta picks it up, but Robertito Zeta picks it up as well, being chased by Juan Cruz Marcos. Robertito going to the near side. Can he complete the play? And wow, 2 near side shots right all through the goal, and they are a scoring machine, both of these teams.
Back and forth, that's the way we like to see it. And Jan Pamela Field, South Field playing very fast. All the fields here in Southern Florida, especially the Grand Champions Polo Club. 17, I believe, this year we're using.
They've got 18 fields. 11 of them are tournament play.
All right,
so,
perfect.
Yeah.
So they'll mix those up. We got a couple new fields we're going to take you to this year on Chucker TV with WPL. I can't tell you where, but you're going to see some new areas of Wellington. We're watching some games and get back to the center.
Federico puts the ball back on the ground, and here comes Juan Martin Obregon. Nope, that's Juan Cruz Marcos. Juan Cruz still has the ball. He has missed it on this bay pony. Juan Cruz Marcos just carrying the ball down now the near side. Once again on the near side. Now going for an offside next shot, and wow. What a score, what a play, and that's his second goal of the period, the fourth goal of this period scored.
I'm going to say it to you again. Wow. You got to say wow. The guy's amazing. Well, I want to go back to the first tape where we watched him play, because I know I label him as a stick man early, and he is very, very good with the ball. I mean, this kid, I love to talk to him about his routine, because he's very good with the ball. Right there, you can see how the ball went the offside. He went to the near side, flipped his mallet around, no problem, and then he has a discipline to stay down and finish the next shot. That's a tremendous, tremendous play.
Yeah, and he might be being watched by the handicap committee, too.
Yeah, you know what? Go on with it. He's ready to go.
Yep.
He's ready to go.
Yep. So, here comes Marcos again. Juan Cruz Marcos being chased by Robert Tito Zeta, and he's got some horses. That pony's picking him up, putting him down, and the next shot by Juan Cruz Marcos. Just not enough angle on that over the back line wide to the right, and it looks like we'll have our courtesy horse change here, Dale.
Another reason why I love the kid. Comes out of the bowling after scoring the goal, next shot down there, and comes out firing and just takes it downfield. Likes to play at a higher speed for me. I saw some errors yesterday made being a 2-goal player. He's still got some issues. You know, you look at a kid who plays that well and you think, oh, you know, and I hate when, Steve, I'm on some of the handicap committees too. I do the indoor. My thoughts are, I played polo. I remember when I was 2 goals. When I played Memo Garcida's horses, I played 5 goals. When I played my horses, I played 3 goals. So, you know, it's tough. You got to let these kids play a little bit. And I hope with the committees, I think the committees are looking more that way with these young players coming out, especially with the amount of young players that we have. Because when I played, we used to sit on the sideline and wait to play. Now these kids play in the Avondale, they got 300 kids. There's so many opportunities. So I think, they're letting them play, and I think that's going to make the game grow, Steve, because if you can let these kids play and not be worried about being monstered or something else, then I think you get more positivity in the game.
Well, I think so. And, of course, the idea is to be as good as you can, but be as low rated as you can. You
always want to play above your handicap. That's what it's about. And remember, horses are a big thing. Don't forget about the 4-legged athlete.
That's right. And you don't want to penalize somebody for getting better. And that's exactly what's trying to happen right here with Robert Tito Zeta trying to find Mariano Fussetta. But Juan Martin Obregon fakes a back shot, turns the ball inside, loses everybody, and he's got some room to work right here. Brings it back towards the inside, unable to keep a handle on that ball. Mariano Fussetta picks it up. He's got Geronimo on his hip. Mariano leaves it for Robert Tito Zeta. Robert Tito going to dribble once to the left, trying to navigate around Juan Cruz Marcos. Yeah, Juan Cruz says, hey, I'm getting out of the way. Is he walking? No, he's not walking. He's in a slow canter. Now he releases the ball downfield. Going to try and outrun. Oh, that's Cable Magnus staying with him. So Robert Tito releases the next shot, and here comes Mariano. But up front, Juan Martin Obregon with an offside back shot, but it's off a pony and over the end line. So Dundas looking to score at this end of the field, but unable to do so.
Yeah, Juan Martin drags that ball forward, and it actually worked out perfectly. And look at this, one time off the line.
One time, and he's got Cable Magnus downfield, but so is Robert Tito Zeta. Robert Tito going to pick the ball up on the offside. Cable just has to clear. Here's Robert Tito, going to be backed up by Mariano Fussetta. Robert Tito on this chestnut little pony right here. Hits that bouncing ball towards goal, and, of course, there's Hugo Taylor out front. Can he get there? And, of course, Robert Tito to finish it on up. So, Robert Tito's 3rd goal of the period, and what a play.
Hat trick. Robert Tito came alive in the second chugger. He was kind of hanging back the first try. He likes it. You know, one thing about Robert I love, he really figures it out. He's a great captain, man. I was umpiring him a couple weeks ago, and I could really feel what he was doing out there. You see how he feels it out, he picks those holes, and then he comes in, and this is what you just see it right here, how he didn't score any goals in the first chucker. Now, boom, 3 goals.
Okay, score 4-4 with 10 seconds left before the first horn. Federico Martelli bowls the ball back in. Here's Hugo Taylor. Hugo Taylor going to pick up his own shot. He's told to leave it by Zeta. Zeta hits one downfield, but only a yellow jersey's going to get there. And Juan Martin Obregon on the near side twice. He'd like to get some real estate before this second horn and this period ends. Still on the near side with a man on his hip. Now he crosses over to the offside. Going to check down. Oh, and tough luck, but he's backed up by Juan Cruz Marcos. Juan Cruz Marcos sends one back down the field, and a near side back shot by Hugo Taylor. Mariano Facetta sends it further along. Here's Geronimo. He's going to do a back shot. What a nice back shot, and that's our second horn with the ball on the field. So we'll start with a bowl in when we come back to start Chucker number 3. A score of 4-4. Stay with us. We've got action going on.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Chucker TV, third Chucker action. Steve Lane, we started out 1-1, and then, whoa, everybody just started rolling, and both teams scored 3 goals, and now we're 4-4.
They blew the doors open in that second period. 3 goals by Robertito Zeta and 2 by Juan Cruz Marcos. And then, of course, Juan Martin Obregon setting up penalty 6, safety, and that's their 3 goals. So a score of 4-4. These teams are not messing around. Long shots, Dale. Long shots on goal, long shots to teammates, and golly, if we got a 16-goal game going on, but it's only rated 12.
Yeah. Good call. I'm going 18 goals. I'm gonna go against you on Allen's team, just because the horsepower. First of all, I'm loving all the horsepower on everyone. Taylor's mounted up, Fancetta's mounted up, and Zeta. Sarah's always got her great horses out there. Cable in the front doing a great job. Already has 1 goal in the day. And on the other side, the Obregon boys, Juan Martin Obregon, that Chucker, they made some plays together, and they work so well together. And when you add Juan Cruz Marcos to them, that's a frosting on the cake on the yellow team. That's a great combination. This was going to go all the way to the end. It's going to be a tight one.
I think so. 4 more periods to go, and we won't know who's victorious until that second horn blows in the 6th period. But right now, we've got 8 players. We've got 2 umpires. We're ready to go.
Good weather here in southern Florida. We got clouds in the sky, and it's nice and cool right now. Great for the four-legged athlete. 4-4 at the Jan Pamela Polo Field Limited Edition 12-goal. Thanks for coming to Chucker TV today. Here we go. It's going to be a ball to the center. Miss it there by Zeta. Backed up by Cable Magnus. Turn around here. Juan Cruz trying to get around. That's a great non-call right there. Taylor was out of the box before everybody. Now the sword fight. Taylor and Kaku trying to get a hold of that one. Look at Mariano. Facetta comes in and says, let's take control, boys. Look at this pony Facetta's on. Sweet-looking mare. She'll take it forward here, leave it for Zeta, and Robertito will control on the gray pony. Nice little play here by Cable. Going to give room there. Now, picked up here by Zeta, using the right side of the field. Back inside for Facetta. They come together, and a whistle on the play.
Yeah, I think Juan Cruz Marcos just a little too aggressive on that ride-off and pushing Mariano Facetta over in front of an oncoming player. I believe was the call. But the umpires discussing this play. They come together for a little chat, and it looks like it might be, maybe I was wrong on that play, and this looks like it might be a Dundas 2 hit from the spot. At least.
I wonder, Steve, if Facetta maybe rode the back of them there. I know they all came together.
That could be. Looking down the pipe here, it was easy to tell if that ride-off was even or not.
Yeah, I know maybe Mariano was coming in hot, boy. He won the ball down here. He was ready to go. I think he wanted that ball back to the center, actually. Robertito sent it down the right side, but it looked like Mariano was going back to the inside. But I'll go with the 5 here. This has been working very well for the Obregon crew as they've been using the long ball. Now they switch it up again. Juan Martin's in the back, and they send Geronimo forward. Cable trying to get loose. The 2 number 3s going at it. Geronimo Obregon and Mariano Facetta. They'll slow it down, and Zeta will control. And look at Obregon, always trying to make a play. Loose ball play, Sarah comes in. Nice pick up here by Sarah Magnus. She's got another play. Sarah on the move. Great swing. Keep it moving forward. Loose ball play. Oh, Cable tries to get a piece of it, but that'll work because here comes Kaku. It's going to be Juan Cruz Marcos. They call him Kaku. On the move, flips it on the outside. Watch out. Oh, well read here by Mariano again. You said it, Steve, former 7-goal player. You're not going to fool him that quick. Now on the play. They'll leave it, and oh my, Robertito had Sarah going forward. Little miss hit to the center. Can she get back to it? Well done, right to left. Nice little play by the Bay Pony. Now they come together, and you have a cluster, and oh, this is trouble in paradise because you have Juan Martin Obregon. They call him Juan Mar on the move, and the Bay Pony goes to the speed stick twice. Perfectly. Look at the Gray Pony, though. Coming back strong. Zeta on a flyer. Now the shot on goal back to the center, and Robertito's going to be able to drag this out, leaves it in there for Taylor, and we got 20-goal polo again as they're running and gunning.
Yes, we certainly do. Robertito wanted to pick up that next shot, but he saw yellow jersey coming in there. And then, of course, we have an umpire's whistle over here on the far side. So, what action we've got going on here at the Jan Pamela Field.
I'm giggling out of my seat, man.
Whoa, man.
That's good stuff, dude. I mean, I love when Farmer gets running, but Zeta, I thought he was on a bit of a handle grade in the beginning, and that thing just dropped the hammer and was gunning. Juanmar wasn't even messing around. Obregon, he just hit it to the center. But I like this call. It's kind of dangerous coming in there.
Yeah, it was. It certainly was. And, of course, these umpires are going to move it to center field because of the danger on this play. And you talk about Robertito Zeta. I think he had a jet stream coming off of that Gray Pony when he was flying down through there.
I love the way he dropped his head and just, he's mounted anyways. And but it's great to see the difference there of the control mare for a couple minutes, and then boom, he lets it go. And he'll get control here. It'll be Zeta in the middle of the field, 5:04 on the clock. We're tied up still 4-4. And Mariano going forward. Mariano's been doing a lot of work today with the 3 on his back. Sarah, though, is going to get a lot of touches on the little Bay Pony. She gets hooked now. Juanmar's not going to let it go this time. Loose ball play. Taken out by Geronimo, and he's going to run the turn. Obregon. Look at Sarah working so hard. Well done. Sarah out of the air by Obregon. Still running. Look at Magnus, and low. It's going to be now Obregon on the move, and this pony stretched out. Everybody covered up. Look at Cable's got one player out. Geronimo leaves it behind, and that doesn't happen. And now they'll push it down, and it'll be Facetta again. There's the hook. Oh, but everybody coming on strong. Taylor gets in there, and I think you're going to get him on the cross.
Yeah, I think so. He came in there in front of a player. Even though it was on the near side, the umpires didn't like what they saw, and they're going to march down towards that Dundas goal for an open goal penalty, and this looks like a penalty 2 coming while we have the courtesy horse change.
4:20 on the clock, and I always remember Aspen, Colorado when I see that time, so we always give a shout-out to Aspen and the Aspen Valley Polo Club, which is a beautiful place to spend your summer, Steve.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to do that this summer, but you know what?
You never know.
There's more summers coming.
You know the hills are alive with the sound of music out there.
There you go. And, of course, the Aspen Valley Club, a sister club to the Grand Champions Polo Club, if I'm not mistaken. And,
yes,
of course, some
10 Grill, one of the largest growing clubs in the nation.
Is that right?
Yeah,
and you had
fastest growing club.
And you had some 10-goal players out there this summer,
wow,
too.
What a time we had. I mean, COVID was really hard, but the Ganseys, Melissa Gansey, I got to give a shout out to Mark and Melissa. They did an amazing job managing the club, managing a bubble to keep all of us safe, but not just us, the members and their families, and that was a big part of it. Not just our staff and our crew Chucker TV, and, of course, Grand Champion Polo Club. A lot of moving parts, and we have a lot of 10-goalers. Pablo McDonough, Juan Martin Nero, Paulito Pierres, and their families and their children, and a lot of the 10-goalers. One of the biggest things out of Aspen is it caters to all levels. So you can play, your kids can play, the adults can play. We have the lessons. We have the school going, the an indoor arena, an outdoor arena. There's so many different ways to play the game of polo there, and so many different fields. Spectacular plays.
Nice place to be during the summer, and I watched a lot of polo on Chucker TV, the only free live streaming broadcasting company bringing you polo.
On the penalty 2, and that's going to be an easy one for Juan Martin.
Juan Martin Obregon sinks that one right on through here halfway through the third period of play. So they go ahead by 1 goal with a score of 5-4 in favor of Dundas 2.
To show you how organized these teams are, 1-1 after the first. They come out in the second. They both scored 3 goals, and they both went back to the 10th saying, more defense, guys, and now we got a 1-goal difference. Back to the center we will go. And clean lineups by both teams here. Sometimes you see them jumping the line a lot, but today both of them here, and it's going to be Mariano again. I played against Mariano back in the day. Steve, you were there in California. This kid can get it done. Watch him go. Mariano banks inside, gets the drag. That ball's dead in line. Oh, he's got to get there. Ooh, man, bad luck there as he just off to the right.
Just a little bit too much off to the right, unable to get to it before it crosses that back line, and a difficult neck shot on that play. But Mariano was out front and had everybody outrun. Just a tough break for Mariano.
Yeah, little mare got him there. It wasn't any horse problems there. She got out in front for him. Maybe a little bit too quick, because when he got out in front, he didn't want him to make sure he had the space to get in between those players, that right-of-way, and it was. And here we go. There has been 7 different options that this yellow Dundas 2 team has used today on the knock-in, and they have all been working. So well done. Good thinking by the – oh, look at this. Cable takes out Zeta. That is a brilliant play. That's going to give Geronimo Obregon a clean route to the goal. Geronimo's going to grab leather, take it to the inside once, twice, 3 times. My lady out of the air, and Geronimo's going to take it in, and there's the high flag.
Geronimo cautiously working that ball towards goal. He was out front, of course, Cable taking out Robert Tito Zeta, allowing Geronimo to take that ball, turn it towards the goal and out of the air through the uprights, and a score for Dundas 2, taking them ahead by 2 goals. The score is 6-4 here with 2:10 left in the third period.
Huge play by Cable Mag.
Yes.
You got to give the kid love. Got to give credit where credit is due. Taking out Zeta, Robertito, 4-goal player, can play 6 goals. I mean, 7 sometimes. I mean, he's got this kid's on his way. Robert's on his way up, and that's just a very strict. Play your man, take your man out, give Geronimo the space. Geronimo finishes.
Well, on that particular play, that's just like cutting a leg off of a table. The table folds, and when he took Robertito out, that allowed Geronimo and play
Robert's
a polo.
so good at defense, guys. So one thing about Robert, he positions himself brilliantly around the field. All right, this will be the 2 minutes left here in our first half. And looks like the Dundas team looking for a goal here. They don't want to go in 2 goals down in such a tight game. And look at, Robert Tito on a clean one. On a new pony here. Robert, that ball's got eyes all day long.
Robert Tito Zeta not messing around. Mariano Facetta dropping the ball for Robert Tito, and Robert Tito taking the ball all the way down through and hitting about a 65-yard shot on through the goal just inside that left goal post, closing that gap by 1 goal, 6-5 in favor of Dundas 2.
And that's what pressure players do. When you need a goal, they get it done, and Robert will do that. He wins the bowling on a fresh pony, fresh 4 legs there, brand new 4-legged athlete. He knows he's got the power there. He knows the pony, uses it, needed a goal with 2 minutes left, puts him within 1. Now we're in the comfort zone. Mariano, they'll control here. They need to give way. The Obregons battling against Zeta and Facetta. Now, loose ball play. Oh, look at this. This is where Robert's very smart.
Yes, Mariano dropped the ball for Robert Tito, and, of course, Juan Martin Obregon, or maybe that was Cruz, coming in and fouling the second player with the right-of-way.
Yeah, I think it was Cancun.
Yep, that was Juan Cruz Marcos right there.
So those little things are the 2-goaler. He'll work those things out. And that's some things I told you our dad saw, Steve, where he gets, sometimes he gets so good with some plays. and just a little overzealous there. You're up by a goal. Just stay calm, relax, go to the next play. And also, he might have should have manned up to Robert, not have been in front of Robert. You got the last guy back, move back to him, make a hit, put him on your hip. Now you're even.
That's a good point, Dale. And you know what? I've said before that playing polo is not always hitting the ball. Taking the man, then hitting the ball. You know what? You'll foul a lot less. And you know what? If you're a 2-goal player, go to that 4-goal player, that 6-goal player, that 8-goal player. They'll take you into a lot of plays.
Yeah, big plays, Steve. Big plays. You need the men out there. You need the worker bees. Without the worker ants, the queen don't live. So here we go. Robert now, who's been brilliant here in the last 2 minutes. I got to give him love in this chucker. It was all over Gons. And now he has the ability to tie this one up with 59 seconds on the clock.
Penalty force, 60-yard shot, defended. Robert Tito trying to get his pony on the right lead, which he has done. So here's Robert Tito. Can he put it through? That ball is up, and wide to the right. So just narrowly missing a tie-in score right here with 50 seconds left in the third period of play.
Yeah, well hit ball just off to the right side. That will not hurt him coming in the second half. I like that ball. He had the wind behind him. His wind's blowing. His field runs east and west here at Jan Pamela. And the wind is kind of blowing from the southeast today. So he had a little bit of a push there. He'll adjust. All right, on the outside, they have made positive polo plays on every knock-in. This Dundas 2 team, they've moved the ball past center field every time. Oh, hooked in there. Juan Cruz, and I think he might have a buried ball.
I think so, yep. It looks like 2 players rode over the ball. It got stomped into the ground. So that's the first horn. That's going to end our first half of polo with Dundas 2 ahead of Dundas. The score is 6-5. Still anybody's ball game, and stay with us. We'll be right back with our halftime breakdown.
The world's best polo in your pocket.
Chucker TV, the only app you'll need to watch polo.
The world's best polo in your pocket.
Chucker TV, the only app you'll ever need to watch polo.
There's something about when you get up early, prep the plane, and you take off, and you get that first light of day. And the air is crystal smooth. You can see forever. You have to have the right aircraft for the right flight with the right crew up front. Only NetJets can do this. The flight dissolves into the background. It should just be the here and now.
All right, welcome to the halftime breakdown here. Our halftime umpire breakdown. Gaston Dorniak in house. Gaston, thank you for joining us once again.
Good morning one more time, my friend.
So this is one thing we do here at Chucker TV. We'll be doing it all season long. Even with the WPL, we want to bring you to the inside. There hasn't been that many fouls. And this game has been Steve and I have been going crazy. Tell me how you feel on the inside.
No, inside the field, the sensation is amazing because it's not 12 goals. It's 22 goals or more.
Yeah.
Because it's really fast, really the people concentrate in the game and it's really fun for everybody, no?
Yeah.
I think it's a very, very good game.
So Gaston, one of the things that we saw here was with these guys is the speed of them. They coming out and was that amazing to you to see? Because you do the high, you've done everything. You've done the opens, you've done the highest goal. To see them come out and be so aggressive on every play, I mean, they're like rolling around. And Cable and Sarah are actually doing a very good job in their positions also.
Yes, it's Cable and Sarah is wow. he needed these typical games. But you know what? The most important, use it in this game. Use it the back.
Open it.
When you open the polo open and put. Fantastic game. I think it's one of the most incredible games in two Dundas. Huh?
Two Dundas, good call.
Dundas,
Because Steve and I went over that, being their family.
Yes.
Sometimes that creates even
it's
more
family,
energy.
but not today. I don't know.
Not
it's
today,
family.
no. It's always great conversation.
Yes.
Yeah, great conversation. Any conversation between the teams, and I'm not saying mean or bad. I'm saying, like with Mariano and with Robert and with the two Obregons, the way they work it out there. Are you hearing anything out there?
Yes, I think go to the man. Don't go to the balls. So continue with the man, not only the ball. Be careful when you back with the man. This is important because at the polo, if you don't go with the man, you make a foul. It's simple.
Huge point, and that's where we were trying to wonder, and I'm so glad you brought that point up because we were so blown away on the sidelines, Steve and I, and everybody watching today, that how everyone was so straight up on their man, working well, and then, of course, less fouls.
Yes, this is really important because when in the side with the Dundas, Robertito Seda, he know the games and he organized perfect the team, and the Obregon is the same. Exactly. And it's really important when we have one different guy in this team. He organized the game is perfect for everybody because everybody knows what are you doing.
What to do, yeah, and good call, very good call. That's some of the things we mentioned. So great to hear you feel the same thing. Okay, one procedure, and I want to bring it up for Chucker TV, and you can explain it. We had a goal shot. Is the flag went up, and then you were in great position to see that. Can you just break that down for Chucker TV to let them know how that procedure works, because you have the ability to talk to your goal judge and change the call?
Well, in this case, when somebody make a goal and it's not exactly goal, because one people say goal, the first you ask the man who hit the ball, because the polo is a gentleman. Sure. You know, you don't remember that. This is a gentleman, and I asked him first, and he said, no, it's not goal. The man and this is really important because you know what is this game. This is a very good game, honesty, fun, fight, but really fun and with honest people.
Good point, man. Good point. Gaston.
Sure.
Oh, you're the man. Let's get Gaston Dorniak back on a horse.
Yes.
Gaston, I'll take your
Thank
mic.
you so much.
Thank you so much. And, well, here we go. Second half action. Right here, 6-5. Going to be a good one. So let's get ready for our second half here. We got a little man. We'll just throw it to this commercial break, and we'll be right back for the second half. Stay with us. All right, welcome back. Steve Lane. I love the halftime breakdowns. A little bit different here because we're trying to find out what's going on between the boards. Bringing them in, your umpires you've been working with this season have been doing a great job. Why don't you give us a little insight on that?
Yeah, no, I think they are doing a great job. And actually, in the last 12-goal game we had, they called a penalty one, which I was happy to see. Gaston Dorniak and Federico Martelli working this game, working together. And, of course, Marco Soneto and Esteban Ferrari. Two more umpires in the stable of umpires here at Grand Champions Polo Club. And actually, Gaston's getting pretty good at these interviews. He might be coming down out of the saddle and grabbing a microphone. I don't think we want to interview him
anymore.
anymore.
I'll tell you what, he's getting pretty good. I told him the same thing when he's leaving. I'm like, well done, Steve. I had the opportunity to umpire with all of your crew, Steve, and I love what you're doing here. Great asset to the club. And you and I have worked together for a long time together. You're a big part of why I think I went to the highest level of umpiring. You helped me out tremendously on and off the field. I love you for that, my man. And I can't wait. I can see what you're doing here. And good umpiring is great. One of the main reasons why we want to bring this information to you is the more information you can get, and we'd love to get any questions from you. If you got any questions, get on Chucker TV, get on the Facebook conversation, let us know what you're thinking, let us know what you want, let us know what club you're at, because we always love to give the shout-outs to all the clubs as we get going here. And also, any questions on calls or maybe something that Steve and I talk about, please send in to Chucker TV. And if we don't get to you right away, we'll get to you a little later after broadcast.
Yeah, absolutely. No, we're always interested to see what our viewers have in mind or like or dislike. So we ended with the ball on the field there at the third period, so we're going to start with a bowl in where the ball was when the whistle was blown. And in case you've just joined us, we have Dundas going up against Dundas 2. An important win for both teams, and the ball's back in play. It's on the ground, and here comes Robertito Zeta, going to pick that ball up out of the bowl in. Robertito Zeta has to get around Juan Cruz Marcos. Now he sends a pass down, but it's deflected. Juan Cruz Marcos able to pick up that line of the ball and the right away. Can't quite connect on the near side, and Robertito Zeta picks the ball back up. Here's Zeta being neutralized by Geronimo Obregon, and Hugo Taylor takes a swipe at it, and here comes Mariano Facetta taking it towards goal. And Robertito Zeta can't make that play, but Geronimo comes in, and we've got an umpire's whistle on that play, and Federico Martelli was looking right down the line of the ball.
Yeah, this is kind of a cool, weird play. You got two people overlap now. You got one player reaching out in front with the mallet on the ball, and Steve is breaking down together. I mean, you're overlapped there. I mean, but Geronimo's making a touch on the ball, so that's a legal play. Right? Then Robertito goes to hit it, but he hits the ball in the mallet. I didn't see any horses get hit.
Right.
So I'm wondering about this play here. I guess they're going to go against the yellow, so they're going to say he was reaching in from behind? Or?
Yeah, they're going to say that Robertito was on the line in the right away, and Geronimo came in and got in his way and got in the way of the back,
right.
riding into the back
it
shot.
Almost developed kind of weird, so slow, you know. And maybe wasn't a lot of danger, but they'll stay on their call, like you said, as you had the umpire looking right down the pipe. Look at Sarah Magnus. We'll do the honors here.
Sarah puts it on through a penalty 2, and that is going to tie things up right here early in the fourth period. So, wow.
I think Sarah went to bed early, man. She was ready for this game. Horses look amazing. Very active in the second and third chucker, Sarah. So many touches on the polo ball. Now stepping up, finishing off penalty 2. Arguably the hardest shot in polo. I say the penalty 3 is, but...
Well, you know what? There was more penalty 2s missed when we stopped defending those penalty 2s. And the reason for that is everybody was so relaxed on their swing that at the bottom of their swing, their mallet head did funny things.
Those numbers are true,
yeah,
huh? Wow,
yeah.
That's wild. It was amazing. Here we go, back center.
Okay, the ball's back in play, and there is Juan Martin Obregon. Sends the ball down looking for Juan Cruz Marcos, but Zeta picks up the ball. He looks over his shoulder. Mariano Facetta behind. Robertito going to turn the ball back to the inside, trying to get around or lose Marcos knows he didn't have a play there, and I'm so glad he didn't make a play at the ball on that little flip shot. A high lofting shot, and then Mariano Facetta able to check up and let the ball pass the stirrup. Robertito Zeta says, I've got it, but he hits it into a pony. Geronimo wheels around. He's got a jump on Robertito Zeta, but Robertito Zeta, known for these fast little ponies, quickly catches up to Geronimo underneath his horse's neck. Mariano Facetta goes for the hook. Geronimo gets a little piece of it. Geronimo's still on it. He's got Robertito Zeta in front. Mariano Facetta behind him, still working the ball towards goal. And wow, what nice stick work by Geronimo Obregon, scoring the 7th goal for his team of the day.
Superman. Whoa, that was a great play by Geronimo. I love how he stays on the near side at the beginning. He doesn't foul because sometimes people want to jump back to the offside, then go back to the inside. He knew that Mariano was coming. He stayed on the near side, and then he keeps his shoulders down, which keeps his head down, and he just dueled those two guys. He beat them both on that play. Went right through both of them 4 or 5 times and finished it. Superior goal there by Geronimo Obregon.
He had 4 goals in front and 4 goals behind trying to defend, but here comes Juan Cruz Marcos out of the bowl in. Winning the bowl ins is so important in the sport that we love so much. And actually, that's Juan Martin Obregon. Now Geronimo's going to pick up the ball. He's going to drop it back to Juan Martin and Mariano Facetta. Too much time, too much room in there. Mariano Facetta makes a play on the ball, gets it, and now breaks downfield. Robertito Zeta sees him breaking downfield. He's got 2 horse lengths on Juan Martin Obregon. Mariano Facetta quickly takes that ball towards goal and sends it on through, and we've got a score of 7-up.
And what happens when two players get beat? They come back when they're good players, and then they beat you. Well done there, and I love the heads-up play by Mariano and the non-call by the mound official. Ball bounced off Mariano's pony, live ball, turns it back inside, and then leaves it for Robert, and is already going to the speed stick. That's good polo by the Black.
That's good polo and good communication and anticipation. So, once again, we'll come back to the center of the field for a bowl-in, and this time Gaston Dorniak from the far side of the field, the umpire in the green jersey who put the ball in play, and he does. And who's going to win this bowl-in? It looks like Dundas 2 tries to get it, but here comes Hugo Taylor. Hugo Taylor from England being chased by Juan Cruz Marcos. Hugo Taylor going to slow it down. He'd like to get rid of Marcos somehow. He's going to turn it back to the inside, and he does. Hugo Taylor, a 4-goal player himself, turns it back towards goal. He's still got possession. Now he's got room to work and go forward. He hits the ball a little bit short of Obregon, but ridden off by Geronimo, and yellow overrides. Here's Cable Magnus. He's by himself, and, of course, Dundas looking for the umpire's whistle, not finding it. We've got a player up on the horse's neck. He recovers quickly, and here comes Mariano Facetta. Man, we've got a whistle, and we could see that one fairly clearly right there. Mariano Facetta turns it back towards goal, and a Dundas player comes across on the near side. Crossing after the shot, going to be the call here with a penalty 2. Looking like it's going in favor of Dundas.
Super ball control by everyone out there. Hugo Taylor, that's just a great little play by 4-goal. Also all the way around the horn with it. Brings it back in on the chestnut mare right here before the Kersey chain. Gets stopped on the end line. Then you got a dogfight down there. Everybody just balling. You get Obregon up on the handlebars. He gets back in the saddle. Then they flip around, and Mariano stays clean there. And that's a great call. That's an easy call for the two mound officials as Mariano Juan Martin Obregon is going to come from right to left and try to steal that ball away, but he's crossing the right away all day.
Yeah, and he just didn't flatten out. And another way of looking at it is if he flattened out, he might not have been able to make that play.
I agree 100% on that, Steve. There's no way he could have gone. He had to be going towards the fence, not the goalpost, but to the left of the goalpost at least, and he was going towards the trailers over there. So easy call, and Mariano, of course, such a skilled player, is going to sit in there, just kind of work it out. And look at this. We're going to have an opportunity for Sarah to go 2 for 2 from the penalty line and from the penalty choose here in the Ford Chugger.
Yep, and this looks like a penalty 2 from the point of the infraction. And, of course, Sarah taking all the penalty 2s. Don't think the umpires have called play. Now we've heard play called, and Sarah, she could go around one more time since she's anticipating the umpire call play, but she chooses to take that shot, and no problem for Sarah. She puts it right on through for her second penalty 2 of the period.
Great job there by Sarah. She plays a lot of polo. She loves the game of polo. She actually her last game before she came to Florida was in Aspen for the World Snow Polo Championships. She loves to play on the snow also. Great having her and her family there. And, man, she loves the game of polo, and her skills are growing every game as they come back to the center.
Okay, the ball's back in play and on the ground, and Mariano Facetta tries a back shot, but it's deflected. Here comes Juan Cruz Marcos, sends the ball back down, and actually this is Geronimo Obregon taking the ball towards goal. Hugo Taylor gets a little piece of it, stops it there, and Mariano Facetta with a back shot. Now here it comes. Juan Martin Obregon. Nope, that's Juan Cruz Marcos. Both of them have gray helmets, so it's a little difficult. Here comes Juan Martin Obregon, waiting for a Dundas player to clear out of there so he can hit the ball, but Dundas a little slow in doing that now. Juan Martin Obregon has to shoot, and it's missed by an attempt to save that goal, but it goes right on through, so another score for the yellow team.
Very heads-up play here by Taylor. He actually ran through, saved the goal before, ended up over there behind the horses, had to come around all of the trainers on the far side. Heads-up polo comes back in the goal as Juan Martin was preparing, and this is a great reason why you always set up and try to delay the man hitting the ball a bit, because that gave Taylor time to get back in there and almost a save, but couldn't get it done. We got 8s on the board, Steve.
We do, and here's Mariano Facetta. He'd like to answer that last goal scored by Dundas too. Mariano Facetta on the move, and here comes Geronimo rides Mariano off, takes it forward, and hits a high lofting tail shot, but only yellow jerseys there, and I think Robertito Zeta might have gotten caught on that play. And you know what? If you're not fouling, you're not trying. So
I'm going to start calling Geronimo Mr. Hustle. You remember when he played for Las Mojitas? He
Yeah.
was just a little dude. Now look at him, man. He's a grown man.
And 5 goals.
And 5 goals. He was cool, man. He played for Bautista. He played for Camilo Bautista back in the day when Camilo got injured. And he actually played with Camilo on that team. And what a job he did. That was his first big showing. And he just done a great job. But right there just shows Charlie Hustle because he makes the ride off on Mariano Facetta, who's a strong player down in the defense side, hits a little back shot. And because of that back shot, they're at center.
Ball gets moved about 110 yards down the field. The umpires call play. A little bit of a wind at their back right here. So we'll see if Juan Martin Obregon is going to send it down. And of course, there is Juan Cruz Marcos and Geronimo waiting for Juan Martin Obregon to approach the ball. And he's going to one-time it, and he hits a scud missile right down to Cable Magnus. Can Cable get there before it crosses over the back line? And that's going to force Hugo Taylor to turn the ball back towards the corner. Cable Magnus there to keep him honest. Hugo Taylor brings it back to the wide side of the field. And here comes Hugo Taylor. Sarah Magnus over on the left-hand side, and he sees her. He sends the ball over to her. And Juan Martin Obregon didn't get the hook, and Sarah Magnus with her second shot, taking that ball towards goal. She's still on it. Can she get back to it on the offside? Yes. Come on, Sarah. Here comes Hugo Taylor, and he's ridden off at the last second by Juan Martin Obregon. Juan Martin dragging that ball across the face of the goal, and now the near side sends it over here to the boards. That first horn is gone already, and that ball will be out of bounds. That's going to end Chucker number 4. We'll have a change of possession play when we come back. Don't go away. We've got a tight game, a score of 8-8 when we come back to start the 5th Chucker here on Chucker TV.
I'm Poroto Cambiaso and I'm from Argentina, and yes, I live in Cañuelas. Empecé a jugar a los 5 años, más o menos. Me enseñó mi papá y nada, ahí me gustó y le estoy metiendo a full desde los 5 más o menos. Cuando no estoy jugando me gusta irme al campo con los caballos, ir a ver cómo está el campo. También me gusta jugar al golf, hacer otros deportes, jugar al fútbol, pero generalmente me gusta ir al campo. Me gusta todo, está muy bueno. La verdad que las canchas están muy buenas, los equipos son muy competitivos en la World Polo League y en la 22 y yo creo que eso es lo mejor que tiene Florida. La verdad que jugar con mi papá es una posibilidad impresionante que me dan y nada, estoy muy agradecido y la verdad que es increíble.
All right, welcome back. 5th Chucker action. We call it Fabulous 5th Chucker here at Chucker TV, and it usually is. This one, as Steve and I were just breaking it down, first Chucker action 1-1, a goal by Taylor and a goal by Juan Martin Obregon on a penalty shot. And then both teams broke loose in the second Chucker. 3 goals by Zeta. Just awesome polo. And then 2 by Juan Cruz Marcos and 1 by Cable Magnus. That made it 4-4. Then we had 1 goal by Zeta again to make 5 for Dundas as he went to the tent. And 1 by Juan Martin Obregon, another penalty 2, and 1 by his brother Geronimo. And that got Geronimo in the goals and starting to score goals, so 6-5. Then we had the 4th Chucker. And boy, they were rolling out again. 2 magnificent goals. Penalty 2s by Sarah. Not just great goals on the penalty 2s, but pulling the team, running it down there. Just had a run right at the end of the Chucker, hit 4 in a row, left it inside. No goal, but a great run. Another one by Mariano. That put him on the board, so that's great for them. And then another one by Juan Martin Obregon and Geronimo to make it 8-8. Steve Lane, we got to get ball. We got a great match here.
Oh, we certainly do, and 2 more Chuckers to go. And you know what? If it was 4 more Chuckers to go, I don't think I'd complain.
You got it. All right, they're going to drop this ball. It went out of bounds, so possession play in favor of Dundas in the black jersey. Dundas 2 in the yellow jersey. Love the black and yellow, black and yellow. Now, Zeta, he likes to work the outside here. I would bring it to the center a little bit earlier, but he uses this play, and it seems to work with Mariano. And there it is down on the end line. Now Taylor, look at Sarah getting in the mix also. Look at Taylor. Hugo working it hard. Hugo, Taylor, right in front. Oh, how did that ball get blocked?
Ooh.
Now it gets taken out by Geronimo. Great D by the Dundas 2 team. Taylor will leave it on the field. Mariano in the rumble seat. Loose ball play, now the battle. Awful pony. And it'll be Wanmar. Stole away by Facetta. I don't know how he got that ball. They're all just flying around like bees over there. Now they get it out. Mariano snapped to the inside. Look at Sarah. Gets out in front. Sarah, shot on goal. That ball has eyes.
Sarah putting it right on through. What a nice pass by Mariano. That ball goes right by her stirrup, and of course she went to the spurs early, got out front, avoided the hook by an opponent, and puts it on through for Sarah's third goal of the game.
Sarah, pony's working very well underneath her today, the four-legged athlete, and she's riding them well. As you said, Steve, using the spurs, you can see her getting after the little bay pony, but you got to get out in front because she took a full swing, and they are not allowing her to go to goal. Believe me, they're hitting her every time. Outside on the backside, it's going to be Mariano, but that's a great play again by Juan Martin. Now the battle. I believe this is going to be a very defensive, structured chucker as they'll give him a play to get out. Look at that. Right away, I like it. Obregon to Obregon. Oh, miss hit. He had Geronimo running left. Facetta's going to turn around now. Look at this again. Great defense by Juan Martin. Obregon. Geronimo scoops it up. And this is what the Obregon boys do well as they work so well together. Now Taylor takes it on the near side. Oh, that's high goal. Takes it on the near side. Goes to the offside. Can't pull it forward. They come together once again. Mallets in the air. 2:28 on the clock. 5:28.
Yeah, on this play here, it looks like it's going to go in favor of Dundas. I think Mariano Facetta had the right of way and the line of the ball there, and Juan Martin Obregon just probably bumped him a little bit too far up front, took his neck away, and looks like they are going to march towards that Dundas goal. We'll see if they put it at the 60, which is where Robertito Zeta is lining up, and illegally making a T there, too, by the way, should the umpires see that.
Hey, nobody's looking. If they ain't looking, you know it is. You try to get an edge, Steve. That's the way it is.
Yep. Now, what would the play be should the umpires see that?
They take it away. It'd be bowling, right?
Either a bowling or maybe a spot hit.
Or you can do a spot hit,
from
right?
the other side, just
spot
like
hit. Probably better. Take it away based on how bad it is. Can you do the bowling though?
I don't think that's an option anymore. It's kind of like improper blocking.
I agree.
It's a hit.
It's a procedural problem, so you should have a possession.
Yep, and that'd be just like the one approach.
Right.
Should you go by the ball or want to make that second approach?
Yeah, used to do a bowling.
Yeah.
Why was that? I mean, come on, man.
If you screwed up, you kind of got another second chance.
I know, right? You get a lottery.
Yeah.
You have to change those rules, make them the right way. Here we go. I like the way the umpires have been calling the ride off. They've been very consistent. 60-yard shot. And it's going to be Robertito, and he's been right there. And now he sneaks it in.
Yep, and safety on this play right here. So I think Juan Cruz Marcos just ticked that ball just a little bit, and it did go wide to the right. So
Robert's been hitting the ball right to that right post all day, directly at it. He had a couple right to the outside, and now he dropped it to the inside, and they hit it. They saved it. But so let's see if he adjusts here. I like the swing. I like the ponies are so calm when he approaches the ball. Let's see if he can drop this one down. Now they're going to build another tee out there and see at least within the rules this time.
Yeah, of course the players have 20 seconds to tee the ball up, and usually the umpires will give them a warning at 15 and say, okay, guys, you've got 5 seconds left. And Robertito, Dale, as you mentioned, should want to hit towards that left goalpost as the wind is blowing from his left to his right. Let that wind push the ball on in, and here comes Robertito.
And there it is. You can see his jersey flapping in the wind, so you know that wind's blowing. Look, I know he would adjust, and that's the perfect spot right there. We can see from here that ball was dead center. So, Robert, that's going to be a huge, huge difference here in this 5th and 6th chucker. Each team's going to need to finish the penalties as they've all had opportunities. Not a lot of penalties called in this game. As we talked to Gaston Dorniak at the beginning, a very clean limited edition 12-goal game here at the Grand Champions Polo Club, and fast. All right, on the bowling. This has gone back and forth. It was all yellow at the beginning, and then the black turned it on. at about 50-50, 60-40 on the bowl-ins through the course of the game, so not making a big difference. It's been the combinations, and this is trouble. Off the pony, Robert will want to grab this one back. Oh, now you got to deal with the Geronimo, and that's the aggressive play. Look at Robert, though, going out on the bait pony, running the far turn. Juan Martin, no, it's going to be, Taylor. No, it's going to be, looks like Marcos has a broken mallet. So Juan Cruz Marcos playing with a broken mallet at the moment. Let's see what he decides to do. He says, I'm going out. He knows that Juan Martin has the ball. He probably gave him a little shout just to cool down, relax a little bit, and whistle on the play. And this going to work in favor of Dundas, too.
Yeah, Mariano Facetta coming in there a little bit hot after Geronimo turned the ball, and just a little bit of illegal contact there, so it's going to be a center hit in favor of Dundas, too. And what a huge break for them, too, especially with a broken mallet carried by Juan Cruz Marcos.
Yeah, Kaku had to ride off quickly. I love the way he yelled at his captain. You could see him. He was turned towards him to let him know that he had the broken mallet because Juan Martin had his head down. So great communication. And that's something we talked to Gaston Dorniak at halftime also, of how well the communication is with such young players on the field, being in 12-goal polo once again. Love the 12-goal. The growing part of polo, you need it. Penalty 5 for the center. Steve, what do you think?
Yeah, well, Juan Martin has just hit this ball one time before, and, of course, look at Cable. He's watching. And, of course, look at 3 yellow jerseys fanning out. And, of course, he hits a high-lofted shot down the field, Dale, but only black jerseys there.
He's hit the ball 120 to 130 to 140 yards every time. And look at this. He's going to get inside, and that's a nifty little play by Geronimo. Great riding, great ball control. And Geronimo Overgon has dialed in the ability to move the ball from left to right. I'm loving the way he's playing.
Oh, a super play there. He just took his time, raked it underneath his horse's neck, and, of course, faked everybody out. And there was no black jerseys, and he was able to carry that ball single-handedly right through the goalpost, bringing his team within 1 goal behind, 10-9 in favor of Dundas.
You know, they have used the long ball in every 5 and been very successful. They've hit the ball off the line more than half the times on their knock-ins and been successful, getting positive polo plays out of dead ball plays, Steve, and penalty 5s. That's good polo to see them doing that kind of stuff. All right, on the move. It's 3:09 on the clock, and this is very nip and tuck, 10-9, and here comes Mariano. That's a brilliant ball to the inside, but good positioning by Cable. He'll push Ugo off the field.
Yeah, and just a little bit wide to the right, and there again a deep neck shot by Mariano Facetta, setting that ball up. And, of course, we'll have our courtesy horse change right now, and you know what? We've got a surprise for our viewers. There's something coming to town this coming Saturday, and it's not the circus, it's not the rodeo, it's the World Polo League. So, no, I guess players didn't want that courtesy horse change, Dale. They chose to keep on playing.
They're moving. I was thinking about the World Polo League now, but let's get it going here again. Good call now, Steve. Loose ball play. Oh, that's a hustle play. Taylor coming back in with the number 2. Working it back, now going forward. Oh, I'm sorry, Juan Cruz, as Taylor's not actually on the black team. I apologize, everybody. They're both such great players, both of them. Very quick, the number 2s today. Now it'll be Juan Cruz, and he's going to work it down. That's a pretty ball to the center of the field, but well read again by Facetta. Now the hook. Nobody home. Good rotation by the yellow jerseys. That ball will get escorted. Oh, they're going to hit him there. That's a penalty right there.
That's going to be a spot hit, penalty 5A, I'm afraid, for in favor of Dundas. And, of course, Mariano Facetta had ridden off Geronimo, and, of course, Geronimo backed the ball in front of Mariano. So we will make sure of that when we come back. But the courtesy horse change right now. And don't forget, we've got 2 games in the World Polo League on Saturday, one at 11 o'clock and one at 1 o'clock. And, wow, that's a
big game.
Oh, that's a big day.
I'm excited.
Yeah, and that's a single-game elimination tournament. So
All-Star Challenge?
Yeah, it's do or die. You know, you've got to win to stay in.
You got a little time here. Just running into the names of the teams here, Steve. Don't worry about the players. Let's just give a little teaser.
Well, let me see. We've got 7 teams entered in the All-Star Challenge with Casablanca, Great Oaks, and, of course, a new team, Hawaii Polo Life. And, of course, Richard Mille is back with a 26-hole team. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And, of course, the Santa Rita Polo Farm. And Seminole Casino is back as well in a new team this year, White Birch.
Yeah, Melissa Gandy with the Seminole Casino team. Love the colors. Love the purple and black. Great team. Great to see the draw. I'm excited about it. Hygo Polo is in southern Florida. And here we go with 1:54 on the clock, just under 2 minutes left in the fifth chukker. 10-9 still. Black still in the lead. Dundas over Dundas 2. But this one has been a nail biter, and we've seen all different types of polo. We've seen the hit and run. We've seen the control plays. We've seen some fabulous penalty shots. And here comes the hustle play again by Obregon, working it in. Juan Martin, mallet in the air, whistle on the play. And is that Cruz or is that Obregon? That's Obregon.
Yeah, it was hard to tell. Both of them wearing
so
gray helmets, and they both ride alike. And you're right, it was Juan Martin Obregon. Just somebody riding over the top of the ball, not clearing out of there. So this is going to be an open goal penalty and possibly a penalty 3 here for the Dundas 2 team. Now, they're 1 goal behind with 1:27 left. And you know what, Dale, we've mentioned that in 3 out of the 4 periods already finished, it was tied up at the end of 3 periods. Only the 4th period was a team ahead, and that was Dundas 2 ahead by a score of 6-5.
It's super tight game. I mean, so fast, so many different plays that have happened in this game. Being a 12-goal game and to have it tied up at the end of each chukker, this one's going to go right down the end. Here's Wanmar.
Wanmar puts it on through, no problem whatsoever, and that's going to tie things up 10-10. 20 goals scored already in the 5th period of play, and we're not done yet, and both teams in double digits. So both teams a little bit hot, scoring well, playing well, communications well. We haven't heard a lot of hollering. In fact, no hollering or screaming or disappointments from the calls of the officials. So the ball's back in play.
Juan Martin Obregon 100% from the penalty line, and I told you need to make the penalties in this type of game. You need to make them anyways, but in a game like this, very important. Both teams getting it done. On the far side, just going to click under a minute now, and this is a control play by Obregon. It's Geronimo. Geronimo takes it forward. He's got players going forward. This could be trouble for Dundas. Dundas 2 on the move, and here comes Juan Cruz. He leaves it behind out of the air by Cable. Cable once, Cable twice, Cable Magnus. A tremendous play there. That's going to give Juan Martin Obregon a pick here. Inside, outside, take it down. Oh, he leaves it on the field, backed up perfectly by Taylor to save the day with 15 seconds on the clock. Around the horn comes Juan Cruz. Marcos trying to work the magic. Juan Cruz Marcos shot on goal and just wide to the right. And Steve, you say it. What's the score?
What a way to end. 10-10 and just a shot on goal by Dundas 2, narrowly missing the goal. And what a game we've got. One more period to go in regulation anyhow. And this could go to OT if we're not careful. Stay with us for one more chukker on Chukker TV when we come back live from the Jan Pamela Field.
Wow. So I'm glad you came back here. As what a final we got going. Well, not a final, but a final chucker. This should be a exhilarating chucker because everybody on the polo field scored a goal, Steve. And we put this at one of the best 12-goal games we've seen all season.
I totally agree with you, Dale. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like 12-goal polo. It looks better than that, you know. And when you talk about the way Juan Cruz Marco, Sarah Siegel Magnus, and Cable Magnus are playing, and both of them all three of them are playing above their handicaps.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and like I said, even on the other side, even with the four-goalers, like you see some tremendous plays on all the four-goalers with Taylor, Facetta, and Zeta. And then even with the five-goalers, the Obregon boys are dialed in. The horses look great. They're using each other well. They're making high-goal plays. The guys are – it's just fun to watch.
You can't let anybody go. You have to mark everybody.
Yeah, in this game, you're dead.
Yeah.
Because everybody's scoring goals. I mean, Cable's in there, just almost had another run to get another goal. Sarah's already got 3 on the day, 2 from this penalty line, 1 from the field. So they're pulling their teams perfectly. But what I like about both of them, the Magnus, is they also get in the mix. You know, they'll come in there also, and they'll make a ride-off or make a play or get those controls of the right-of-ways for their players. So a great team effort by both teams.
Yes, and we saw Cable take a player out early on, allowing Geronimo to score. Mm-hmm. And, of course, Sarah Siegel Magnus, she's out front. And, of course, Robert Tito. Playing the back position is like being a catcher in baseball. Everything happens in front of you. So, Robert Tito has found her several times with passes. So we're back in action, and here comes Robert Tito cautiously working this ball down the field. Now he drops his horse's head. He's going to try and outrun Cable Magnus. Robert Tito on the move, and that's Juan Cruz Marcos. Now he's picked up by Geronimo and pushed over the top of the ball a little bit. Mariano Facetta coming along as well, but Geronimo pushes Robert Tito over the top of the ball, and that's going to allow Geronimo to pick up that loose ball. Geronimo turning back towards the inside. Black jersey players have to clear. He sends the ball into a pony, but here comes Juan Martin Obregon, sends it down. Juan Cruz Marcos on this gray pony checks up, deflects it just a little bit so he can get another hit on it. He is hooked by Robert Tito Zeta, and there it goes. Geronimo, and we just talked about Cable Magnus, and Cable Magnus right down front where he's supposed to be, going to take a neck shot, unable to connect. But here comes Hugo Taylor. Hugo Taylor turning that ball back towards the corner, leaving it for Robert Tito. Robert Tito has to let Juan Cruz Marcos clear, and there comes Mariano Facetta and Sarah Siegel Magnus back in the center. Sarah able to get back on it in front, followed up by Hugo Taylor. Hugo Taylor with a neck shot over here and missing a couple of cars, and we're going to have a change of possession play right here, right in front of us.
Yeah, great move here. You're going to get a great look at all the players and what a game we have going on here. It just showed you how intense this game has been as Taylor was trying to take that one out of the air, hit a neck shot back on the field. Just a little miss it off, but just shows the intensity of this 12 goal.
Exactly, yeah. So we've got a little break in the action right here. A little tack adjustment by Hugo Taylor needed, so the umpires blow the whistle and when we start. And, of course, remember, the players are not allowed to tee this ball up. Even though there's a break in the action, it's just set down on fair, level playing ground, and the players, of course, have to hit it within 5 seconds when the umpires call play.
Under possession play, so Taylor looks like he's organized. A lot of time left here, 10-10. 5:54 to be exact on the outside clock.
And as you mentioned, a tie game here. And every bowl in, every shot on goal is important at this time. And, of course, you don't want to foul and foul your team out because the umpires are consistent on moving that ball up. And remember, there's two things. Is the team that fouled, are they being penalized? And is the team that got fouled, are they coming out with the advantage? Juan Martin Obregon, he's been launching these penalty fives, but he sends it down the field. Hopefully one of his teammates can get a handle on it, but Robert Tito Zeta deflects the ball. He's going to turn it underneath his horse's neck. He does. He's trying to get rid of Geronimo Obregon, and Robert Tito sends it back upfield looking for Hugo Taylor. Hugo Taylor with a little shot downfield. Hugo trying to send it over to Sarah, who's all by herself, and being followed up is, and of course, the umpires blew a little bit of a sandwich right there as Hugo made the near side shot, came back over and made contact with Geronimo, but I'm not sure that Mariano Facetta wasn't making contact on the far side. But
I think he pushed him into him, though, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, he pushed him. They kind of used him as a pinball machine in there.
Yeah.
They didn't get him at the same time, They definitely hit them into each other,
Right.
Steve.
Yep.
So this is going to be a big move here. They're going to move it down. I guess based on the danger a little bit there on the ride off. They're going full speed running.
Yeah, I think so. That contact at speed. So the umpires feel that's a little bit dangerous, a little bit severe. And, of course, as we just mentioned, if you give a spot hit on that play, is the team that got fouled, are they being penalized? Are they coming out with the advantage? And the answer to that would be no. So.
No, I agree with you. And they've been very consistent. You got the WPL World Polo League coming, and you got to move those balls. You get to play in that 26-goal polo, and he play like that, especially at speed. But well controlled. Just shows you how controlled all of them are, because even on a pinball machine kind of bump where one guy gets stuck in the middle, everyone was still controlled. Horses all right, four-legged athletes good. And now is what we were talking about. Do you have the ice in the veins? Because we knew this game was going to come down to a few penalty shots, as close as it's been.
Don't worry, no pressure on this penalty shot.
No pressure on this one. No pressure on this one. Juan Martin's been awesome. Here you go.
Here's Juan Martin. Oh, he didn't get all of it. Well wide to the right. I bet he wishes he had a mulligan on that play.
No, he wants that one back because he had 3 from center that were 120, 130, 140. One of them went to the end line. And they were straight up and down, so just a miss hit there. Here we go.
Here's Zeta. Zeta puts the ball back in play. He doesn't get all of it. He was looking for Mariano Facetta on this side, but topped the ball a little bit, but Zeta's going to try and outrun Juan Cruz Marcos. Zeta still on the fly. Zeta carries that ball along the far side of the field. Sarah has Geronimo ridden out, and, of course, now the ball back over in the center of the field, and Geronimo going in there for a back shot, and Mariano Facetta neutralizes that play. Sarah going over into the corner, but unable to get there first. And here comes Robert Tito. Robert Tito still with it, loses it. Geronimo takes a swipe at it. It's picked up by Taylor. Hugo Taylor. Hugo Taylor carrying that ball towards goal, and we've got a whistle on the play right there. So we'll see what the umpires decide on that play. It was a little difficult, Dale, to see what happened.
Yeah, a few melee plays there, Steve. I love the play early, though. Let's go back a little bit with Mariano, because he reaches out over his horse's ears to make that neutral play that went into the corner. Otherwise, that ball's going back 100 yards. And then Sarah's down in the corner trying to work it around. This is where Robert works his magic if you get into corners with him on his handy horses. They came out of there, and Hugo was going to goal. And look at this. It's going to be an open goal penalty. Sarah's going to have an opportunity for a third of the day.
Sarah, no problem there. You talk about ice in the veins. She sends it right on through.
You got to give it up. Give credit where credit is due. Sarah Siegel Magnus, ice in the veins. 3 out of 3 from the penalty line. And in a tight game, it is very, very important. You need those twos. I told you we have one miss on a 60 by the yellow here. 1 goal difference, 4 minutes left on the clock.
And here we go. All 8 players coming back to the field. Dundas, too, needs to put one on the board. This could open this whole tournament right up should Dundas come out victorious this morning. So the ball's back on the ground, and here comes Hugo Taylor. Hugo Taylor winning that bowl in. Sarah has a man ridden out. Hugo has room to go. He's out front by 3 horse lengths. And, of course, just a little stick of ball. And here comes Juan Cruz Marcos. Hugo Taylor sending it on through to put his team 2 goals ahead with 3:30 left in this 6th period of play. What a play by Hugo.
Represent Great Britain. Taylor's got it going on, man. I enjoy watching him play. I watched when I umpired the game, Steve, doing 12 goals. He's a fascinating player to watch play. Love the way he plays the open style. Could play in the high goal, no problem. You know that. You see this way his kid runs. And he always playing for the hit. I love it. He never plays for the miss. Great finish there, and this is going to give him a little comfort.
Yep, Hugo Taylor, a workhorse, allowing Mariano and Robert Tito to make many plays throughout the game. And here comes Dundas, too, back with a hit downfield. Geronimo being defended by Robert Tito Zeta. Geronimo goes for it on the near side, and that ball gets kicked back by a pony. Juan Martin Obregon goes for the long shot, but it's deflected out of there by Mariano Facetta. Set over here into the corner. Here comes Juan Cruz Marcos, going to carry the ball forward, working on the near side of his pony, taking it back towards goal. He's got a neck shot with a player on his left, and Geronimo goes for the millionaire belly shot, unable to connect, and here comes Robert Tito Zeta. Robert Tito sends it back down. That clock winding down. The clock is on the side of Dundas. And Juan Martin Obregon turns. And it looks like we've got an umpire's whistle on that play. We'll see what they decide, but I have a feeling that this is going to go in favor of Dundas too. Now, he was standing still, so we'll see where the umpires, if they give a spot hit, if I'm correct, or if they move it.
On a right-of-way violation there, Steve, and we got a little movement of the ball. Yep. He's going to talk about it. We had Cable in there also. But as you said, they were at a standstill, but you got to go at least with a 60. But, I mean, you got to go open goal. If it goes in favor of yellow here, it must be in favor of yellow.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's a spot hit here, but they have been moving them up. So
spot? I don't know about spot. I mean, I might disagree with you there. I mean, you know me, I hate spot hits. You hated when I said that when you were managing me back in the day.
Yeah.
You know me, Steve.
Yep. I like spot hits because it keeps the game moving.
I understand.
And as an umpire, it gives the team with a foul called on less time to complain.
But you will agree that if you move the ball, they'll stop fouling.
Yes, exactly.
And if you don't move the ball and they know they have spot hits, say, oh, you give me a spot. I want a spot. Then they go change their horse. They go get a drink of water.
Yep.
Go take a picture.
And with your ball placement as an umpire, you want to detour that play from happening again.
There you go. It's gone back and forth. I do agree with you, but I think maybe a little bit easier for the umpires to be more consistent without the 5, don't you think? Or because of the different, there's so many opportunities where you could do 5s, I guess?
Yeah, well, I tell you what, I'd hate to have a play 10, 15 yards off the back line and then see that go to center all the time.
Oh,
I
understand what you're saying. I back in the day, I'm gonna tell you, if I thought a guy made a desperation play on the end line, I think you should move it to center.
Oh, yeah,
right,
absolutely.
So
yeah.
did they go with 60 or it was pretty close? Wasn't it close to it?
Yeah, it was fairly close. So they did put it down to 60.
Actually,
yeah.
All right, well he goes. Reload.
Juan Martin Obregon, 2 goals behind, desperately needing this one with 2:09 left on the clock. Juan Martin is going to put this one in the air, but to the right. So another scoring opportunity for Dundas, too. Unable to convert those 60-yard foul shots.
2 minutes left in the game here, and that's been the only holes in their game up to this point were those 2 penalty shots.
So Robert Tito Zeta, the clock is on his side. He's going to try and work around Juan Cruz Marcos, but he drops the ball. Now the clock winding down. Robert Tito Zeta doing some circles down there, and now he's got Hugo Taylor out front with Sarah Siegel-Magnus. Oh, Sarah, tough luck right there on that play. Robert Tito Zeta, first to turn back, goes for a near side back shot over to Mariano Voceta, and of course, Juan Cruz Marcos wins the play, or actually that's Juan Martin Obregon trying to turn that ball back. 1:17 left on the clock. Here we go. Here comes Juan Cruz Marcos. If he can quickly put this in, that might give Dundas 2 a chance to tie this game. But Juan Martin Obregon sending that ball up, working, has Hugo Taylor on his hip, and here comes Geronimo. Geronimo, we saw this in an earlier chucker where he worked the ball cautiously and calmly through, and here comes Juan Cruz Marcos, unable to get it there. And did we have a whistle on that play, or?
I'm gonna give kudos to Cable here because they didn't score that play. At least he's gonna stop the clock. I mean, I think they're not gonna be able to get it done with the 49 seconds, but at least they stopped the clock. They're gonna go to center with this.
Yeah.
Otherwise they hit it out one time, the game's over. So they have one more breath here, but they're gonna not have enough time to score and get back to the center. So, these hustles, if you're not fouling, you're not playing, right? You're not working.
Yeah, if you're not fouling, you're not trying. And, of course,
I like that about the young polo player.
Yeah.
I had a star. He's on his way.
I had a guy tell me after a game, and I rode his umpire horses, and he was kind of a friend of mine, and he told me after the game, after I took the umpire pony back, he says, Steve, I didn't make one foul that whole game. And I won't mention his name, but I said, well, you kind of have to be around the ball to foul.
Yeah, right. You got it. Remember, he used to say the same thing to me: if you're not trying, you're not fouling. But once I fouled 8 times, Steve, then he said, stop trying. He said, slow it up, my boy. Here we go.
Robert Tito Zeta going to put one down the field with 49 seconds left on the clock, and it looks like this game is going to go to Dundas, who desperately needed a win to stay alive in this tournament, with a back shot. And here's a run by Geronimo Obregon. Robert Tito Zeta not letting up. And is that Juan Cruz Marcos or Overgod? But Robert Tito Zeta grabs the line on that next shot, and here comes Juan Cruz Marcos, sending the ball down towards the goal line, but it's still on the field. The goal judge has not waved it wide yet. And here comes Hugo Taylor. Hugo Taylor. And we've got an umpire's whistle with 15 seconds left on the clock. I think a Dundas player got caught over the top of the ball, but no matter what, Dundas is going to come out victorious today because this foul shot here, should it score, is going to end the period. Should it go wide, then, of course, they'll play it out. But Dundas, too, is not going to be able to put 2 goals on the board. Dale, and it looks like the players are shaking hands. They're going to call it a day. That's going to be a game, and that opens up this tournament wide open. And we'll give more scenarios on that in this afternoon's game, which is going to be played at 3:30. Casablanca against La Portola, and La Portola desperately needing a win, and that would be a 3-way tie.
All right, so that'd be a good one. We got to throw it down. It looks like they are going to contest this, so with 2 goals up. So, Steve, thanks a lot as always. And let's go over to, well, our main man, our sideline correspondent, James Fody.
Well, there you have it, a tight game and a well-deserved victory for Dundas. Make sure to tune into Chucker TV later this afternoon when the limited edition 12 goal continues with La Portola taking on Casablanca at 3:30 p.m. On behalf of our entire crew, I'm James Fody saying thank you for making us the leader in polo broadcasting. And as we like to say here at Chucker TV, we love the polo.